Ladies and gentlemen, there's moments in Canadian sports history that will live on forever. And tonight, one of Canada's greatest athletes did something no Canadian team's baseball player has ever done to win the Major League Baseball Home Run Derby as part of the All-Star game. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., whose father won the Derby some close to 2 decades before, won tonight in the final round victory over Randy Rosiana. Very, very dramatic end. Vladdy was given one last minute in the final to try to hit that, 24 mark that we thought would advance him. And that's what he did. It's kind of interesting how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Most Americans only know a few things about Toronto Blue Jays, Bichette and Guerrero. And Bichette was interviewing Guerrero between rounds and encouraging him. Now, it's very interesting in Seattle where the All-Star game will be held tomorrow. It is a hitter's park. Now, Rodriguez, the big hometown hero, Guerrero bet him in the second round. But it's interesting to see about Guerrero. He's not hitting for distance this year. He's hitting a lot of those quick line drive home runs, always to pretty well left field. Now, what was interesting too, John Schneider, his manager with the Blue Jays, which was also his bullpen pitcher a few years ago before he became manager, threw a bullpen to him or, practice throws, which allowed Guerrero to do it. Now, I know it doesn't seem like much, but just for a little background for American viewers, Guerrero was born in Montreal when his father was playing with the long gone and long missed Montreal Expos. He hit his first home run for the major home run for the Blue Jays in Olympic Stadium during an exhibition game a few years back. And he did appear in the last home run derby he was in, broke a record with 91 home runs, but lost to Pete Alonso in the final. Now, Pete Alonso lost in the first round here tonight. Now, the idea is Shohei Ohtani wasn't there, obviously. I don't think Guerrero would have bet Ohtani. Mike Trout was injured, so he is pretty well the third best home run hitter currently in Major League Baseball, but behind Trout and Ohtani. I have to give what's theirs. But nice to see Ken Griffey there to give the prize to Vladimir. He got the home run jacket. Good to see Bashar Lynch give the spitting Seattle Mariners logo. And it's kind of ironic, both Seattle and Toronto came into Major League Baseball at the same time. And, of course, the first All-Star game, representatives from Seattle and Toronto showed up in 1977, some 46 years ago. So if you didn't have a chance to watch tonight, you're going to get probably the highlights as being repeated on Sportsnet in Canada tomorrow. I think is around 2 o'clock, at the Eastern time or Central time. Went out about an hour over because the amount of home runs that were hit was quite dramatic. I think we had, 50 to 55 in each round. But it's not even the most home runs he hit, it's doing it head-to-head. And what helped Guerrero as well, to give bonus 30 seconds for home runs, 440 feet and over. Rosiana didn't have the massive power at the end because he's tired, much smaller man than Vladimir. But Vladimir, again, only 13 home runs in a regular season, so hopefully Blue Jay fans were thinking this is going to boost him to Blue Jays for the second half. As it currently stands now, we're in a kind of a 17-team fight for the best wild card position. So it's going to bode well, hopefully, for the second half. If 20 home runs can rub off for the second half of the season, we're going to make the playoffs. Guerrero got to get 110 RBIs or at least 35 home runs for us to make the playoffs because, Springer is injured on and off. Merrifield, we haven't really replaced Teoscar and Gurriel from the home run hitting. So it's going to be interesting to see. Now, will Toronto make a trade in the second half? Well, that's what people's going to think as happening. Will a certain player want to play with Guerrero now that he's the champion of the home runs for Major League Baseball? People love Vladimir Guerrero. We all love him. But what a legacy for Canada. Vladimir Sr., who pretty well saved the Montreal franchise for years, and Vladimir Jr. is really, really becoming as big as any Canadian hockey star ever was. So thanks for listening. Give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share, and go, Vladdy, go. Have a good one. Good night.